Hey, welcome back to episode number 4. In this episode, we'll be talking about some moving and rotating and copying, copy, paste, and all that good stuff. Okay, so for this episode, I don't need this guy. We will be building with the rectangle tool, some a box, just like that. And I want to make a circle just for you to understand some of the tools and to see how. Okay, so we have this box with a hole, round hole. Now I choose the selection tool. If I click one time, so I choose whatever I'm clicking on. So for this here, I'm clicking on the surface, on the face. I click on this face, or on this face, or on this, or on the tube face. If I click on the line, it will give me the line selected. You see how it's selected in blue? If I double click, so give me the face with all the attached lines that create this face. Now if I triple click it, 1, 2, 3, I get all the object, whatever is connected. Okay, so now I'll be triple clicking here and I got it all selected. Now that I have it all selected, I'll take the move tool. Now the move tool is the tool that does the copy and the move. So I can move it by just dragging on the axis, and you see how it gives me here the dimension. So let's say if I want to move it 10 feet, I can just type in 10 feet and I'll move it 10 feet on the red axis, and I can do the same on the green axis. And let's say I'll put 15 feet, so that'll move it 15 feet on the green axis, and also on the same on the top. Now if I want to lock it so it won't go to the direction I don't want, we use the arrows like on the line tool. Up is to lock up and down. um, on the green axis, if you press the left arrow key, and a right arrow key will give you the red axis. So in our case, we want to on the up, we'll do a 5 feet. Okay, so now we know how to move with the move tool. Now the copy, to copy, I'll just bring it back to the axis. Okay, now that we know how to move, we'll copy. So just a note, if you use the shortcut, so M is for move. So we'll triple click this box, press M on the keyboard, get the move. So for copying, all I need to do is press Control. If I press one time Control, I get this small plus on the cursor. You see how I have this small plus? So if I press Control, I get this small plus, and now I'm not moving, I'm actually copying. I press my first click to position where I want to hold this box. So I have those green dots on the corners. On the middle we have this blue dot, and on anywhere on the line we get like this red dot. So I'll just grab it on this corner and press Control and type in 15 feet. Okay, so now we got another. Now the something very handy with the copy and SketchUp is that if I type in star 5, for example, I get 5 with the same distance. So I'm actually multi-copying. And if you don't have the number pad on the side of your keyboard, you can Shift 8 will give you the star. So now I'm going to show you another method how to copy and divide. So divide the distance. So I triple click this cube. I got it all selected. I took the move tool and I press the Control to get another copy, so now I have 2. Now I'll just put it somewhere here. You see it says on the bottom 50 feet, so I'll type in 50 feet, and I have those two cubes. Now I want to divide this distance, this 50 feet, to more than two cubes. I want more than two cubes. Now we know that if I'll type in star 5, I'll get 5, but I don't want times 5. I want this this distance to be um, um, few five cubes in this distance. So what I do, I press the slash. It's this one, the slash button, and then I'll just put the number. So for example, I'll put 5 slash sorry slash 5, and it'll give me in this distance, in this 50 feet, 5. It's also include this one, so we have 1 2 3 4 5 and the original one. And I can still, if I didn't do any new command, I can still edit it. So for example, if I do slash 3, like divide by 3, I'll have 3. And if I'll do times star 5, so now I have 5 all over. So this is very, get used to it and use it a lot, because we'll be going to use it, and it's very handy. Okay, I'll just control Z, and I'm going back to this cube. Okay, so now we know how to move. Rotating, um, I'll or triple click or select everything, and I'll take the rotating move. Now you see how now it's blue, now it's green, and now it's red. That means if it's not blue or green or red, you'll see like black. So that means it's not on the axis. It's not going to rotate on one of the axes. But if it's blue, so it's going to rotate on the blue axis. If it's red, it's going to rotate on the red. If it's green, it's going to rotate on the green. This is black. We don't want black. Black will just rotate it random, and we prefer not to use it. Only if you need to in certain cases. Okay, so let's say we want to rotate to have the hole facing our side. So we'll rotate it on the blue axis. I'll click one time to position my angle, my point that I want to rotate around. So now I have this point will be rotating around. I'm going to point and click. My other click will give me like a door, like a handle to rotate it. So let's say if I want to grab it from here, I'm grabbing it from here, and then I'll rotate it to my third click. Where do I want to rotate it? So I'll just press here. So this is one, and we'll do the same on the green axis, just for understanding. So my first click, position where I want to rotate. Second click, I'm creating like a handle, and third click, I can just however I want it. Now I also can type in like dimensions. You see how the angles, how many degrees I want to rotate it. So for example, if I want it 90-degree, I can just type in 90, enter, and I got a 90-degree. So this is the rotating tool. Okay, now the scale. The scale tool is something you don't really want to use too much, because it distorts um your uh, your your 3D. What do I mean? If I want 50% of this, I want to make it 50%. Now only on the red axis. So let's say I have those green dots, and there are like the anchors of my scale. So if I take any of the corner ones, it scales with a proportion, and this is pretty useful. You can use it all the time for making big objects, small objects. But the problems come in when you want to just make it smaller on the red axis and you choose one of those dots. What happens, let's say I type in 0.5, so I wanted 0.5 from my original. What happened, it squashed my my window, my round window. And this is something that you can see here, but in some models you probably won't realize, but it could ruin your model in some ways. So we try not to use it if it's possible. But for just scaling stuff from big to small or small to big, let's say you got a model, some company, some model, and it's too big to your bar or your house or something. So you can scale it and scale it up and down with the corners. But with those, I don't recommend to use. But we're talking about how to change how to scale in a different episode. Um, I'll show you how I would make it smaller on this case without distorting. So as we said, double click if I double if I double click this face, I get with the line. So I double click it, and if I just move this face on the red axis, I'll actually make it smaller, but without ruining my window. And this is the same for the bottom piece. I double click it and I move it up, and same for the top. The spacebar is the select tool. So every time you want to get back to the select tool, you just press the escape spacebar. For deselecting, you just click somewhere on the 3D space. Okay, so will be this for this episode. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. Try to create some stuff and play around with the move and the rotate. It's very important to get those right because it's very handy and we'll be using it a lot. So try to use it, and thanks again, and please subscribe and like. Thanks.